Ah, ta-da. See if we need a light. Oh, holy moly. Makes me orange. I look like Donald Trump. Got the light down a little bit. Take it away. Redirect it. Is that natural? Is it working? Let's see. Am I live? Is there any? Hello? Is there anyone out there? Cut the light off. How's that? That okay? Hold this in from not now. Sean, HD Shell, good morning. How are you guys doing? Take these glasses off. Oh crap, I take them off, I can't see. All right, is everybody enjoying their Saturday morning? Of course, now it's to go over to hump and it's Saturday afternoon. Finish up on my coffee and get ready to start the day. Well, I've already got it cranked up. I went out this morning and cut some grass and came in and took a bath. And today is a landmark day for me. And I'm going to hold that off. Maybe some of you guys don't know yet what is so important about the day. We'll wait for hopefully a few more people to get on there. One come on and jumped off. That's what I have to do. I've got 5 acres to mow. Holy moly. I hope you've got a fast tractor. Less than an hour to do mine. Wally and Tony. Good morning, Wally and Tony. Of course, Wally and Tony, you know, every time I see your name pop up, the first thing that pops in my head is Wally and the Beaver, because I watch it every morning, Monday through Friday. I am a big fan of MeTV. This thing makes me look like I'm looking down. Camera's up here. Well, why am I looking down? Oh, I know. Camera needs to be down here. You guys, where you're at, have y'all been getting any rain? Never heard of Wally and the Beaver? Really? Wow. Leave It to Beaver from the early 1960s. That's back when television was in black and white. And I guess H.D. Shovel was your favorite character on Leave It to Beaver, Eddie Haskell. Because listen, you gotta love Eddie Haskell. Hey, Ox, it's going great, going great. Oh yeah, now bring back some memories. That's back when TV was good. I found out keeps threatening to, but never does. And we've had a few good rains late in the evening here this past week. Shoot, my mind just got off on an off ramp off the interstate, and I forgot where I was going. Um, I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, have you guys heard that I went this morning? I went over 1,000 subscribers. That's right. Give me a big thumbs up. Yeah. This morning, I think I was at 1,002, 1,003 subscribers. I was tickled to death. It never stops raining and washing. Oh wow! Is it Wally and Tony? Is it kind of chilly up there? That's right. Well, I'm gonna tell you, thank you for everybody to subscribe to my channel, and I have been working like a dog trying to get my name out. You know, the type of content that I create is not something that everybody looks for. You know, I want to take, wow, 62 degrees today. Mark Jones, okay, good midday, Mark Fun Jones. How are you? Out with family, and everybody's having a great Saturday. Yep. But as I was saying, it has taken me a year and a half to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I have told everybody. And like I said, the kind of content that I create is not something that's on the tip of everybody's watching list. My aim is to keep a good, clean channel, something that we're not afraid to watch let our kids watch. My 7-year-old granddaughter watches my channel, and I want to take you to places that you might not get a chance to go to, and hopefully find some neat stuff along the way. And I'm gonna try to do this once a week if I can. Um, you know, as I was saying, I've got 1,000 subscribers now. My next goal is to get my 4,000 watch hours, and I'm a little over halfway there. So just want to encourage you to continue watching, and tell your friends and family to watch too. Might not be something there. Mark Jones, you're wearing your Carolina t-shirt. All right. Um, I've got some new t-shirt designs in the works, and hopefully I'll have them up here before long. But yeah, I want to keep creating things that that you guys like, and I'll be honest with you, things I like. Um, as I said, I wanted to do a weekend review. I need to look at what's going on. I don't want to miss anything. What's up, Ox? I'm wearing Carolina. Okay, you keep being you, and your channel grow. That's it. I can't be anybody but me. But you never know who that's going to be. There's a little bit of everybody in all of us, I guess. We'll talk a little bit about some of my videos this past week. What I hope to do in this weekend review is to maybe talk about some behind the scene things. In some of the videos, the things that hit the cutting room floor, the things that I miss, because there's some of these places that I go into or I come up on, there's just too much to film. And if you do too long, it's just not good for your video. But I'll start out with my very first video this past week was warbirds. I tell you, hundreds of thousands of people goes to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and Sevierville every year, and I think it's on Highway 411 or 441, I forget, but it's kind of away from everything. It's out near the airport in Sevierville. But I have been riding by this thing, I know, for the last 10 years, and it's like every time I get out that way, it's late in the evening, and they're closed. But the Warbird Museum in Sevierville, Tennessee, I think you're putting up some pretty good. Hey, Wesley. As I was saying, in Sevierville, I have rode by this Warbirds Museum, I bet you 1,000 times over the last 10 years or so. Well, maybe not that much, but a lot. And they're always closed. But here a few weeks back, I happened to catch them open. And I got there maybe an hour before they closed, and I was the only one there. And I love it when I'm the only one there because you can kind of go in and fool around, and people don't look at you so weird. Because I'm going to be honest with you, when you're out filming, people look at you kind of strange. Mitch Gander man, Robert, I have a question for you. What's going on Monday? Where and when? I can be there, that's 6 hours away from me, but I can arrange to be there, but I need to know when and where. So let me know. I have unlike, I've got a real job, and I'm a heating and air conditioning contractor, and this is my real busy time of year. But I do work for myself, so I've got a little bit of a freeway. And Tuesday's the meetup. That ain't good. I'm not gonna. I can do Monday, can't do Tuesday. That's not good. I have a unit to install here in town on Tuesday. But anyway, as I was talking a while ago about the Warbird Museum, this place is full of antique and World War II and Vietnam era airplanes and jets, and it is just awesome. There's a lot of uniform stuff and a lot of personal items in there. I didn't film a whole lot of that, but it was pretty cool. And the neat thing I found about it, there was some airplanes in there that they used so it'd be like an airplane and half the side would be cut away. So when the actors were in there, you could actually see them in the airplane or look at them from behind. Hey, Joe. And so Robert, you will be there on the 8th. That's on a Monday. Where? If you will go on my Facebook and instant message me, I'll give you my cell number so you can call me. Wesley Teal, let's get back to work. Are you working in the mailbox, in the mail, and I know you're not working at the post office because they're closed. Do you ever go to Colorado? I have never been to Colorado. That's on my list of things to do. My wife has actually been to Pikes Peak, and she told me that's somewhere I want to go. So that may be in the works. Hey, Joey. I'm wanting to, but yeah, the Warbird Museum was cool, and those planes, and there was actually a plane in there, and I think it might have been in my video that was used in the TV show The A-Team, and they had a picture on there where the Hannibal Smith and Mr. T sat in the plane, so I thought that was kind of cool. Craig Carlton, Camo Day. Hey, Craig. Sean Cody, you'll be there too. Man, I hate it. I'm not going to be able to be there Tuesday. Okay, I have to do. I won't be able. Okay, I have to do that. I won't be to the hotel on Monday till like 8 p.m. I have 13 hours to drive. To see you. Robert, if you will go to my Facebook page and instant message me, I'll give you my cell phone number, and perhaps I can meet you somewhere before you get there. Because you've got to go through part of the Carolinas to get to Tennessee. So let me know. We can work. We'll work something out. We have about 5 minutes from the house. Doesn't have as much stuff as yours. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Of course, some of you know, if you watch my videos, I love going into military museums. I love to tell a story about when I went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and went into the museum there on base. That I had to be vetted. I had to have my registration card to my truck. I had to have my insurance card. I had to give my 2 thumbprints, and then I had to wait a while to see if they'd let me in. But it was pretty cool. I'm riding Sherry. I'm not driving. Okay. Well, just let me know Robert. Let me know where y'all be, and we'll talk. And like I say, we may work something out. Of course, that the Warbirds was Monday. Tuesday, I did my travel video on a motorcycle where I went to a lot of places, and that's something new that I'm trying, because I do some content that's not really long enough to justify a 10-minute video. It's just like 2 or 3 minutes, and there you go. But so I try to find some interesting things, and a lot of those places they were not planned. I just kind of found them. The place up near Rutherford in North Carolina, where, golly, back 150 years ago, they used to make coins out of gold, because in that area, gold was discovered. Before it was discovered in California, and people used to take the gold there to be turned into money. And there was a hole in the ground, and I'd love to get into that hole, but they had a lock on it. And as you've heard me say before, I am not going to jail for a video. We have to make a stop in Louisville, Kentucky. Also, oh, so you're going down through? You're not even going through the Carolinas at all. Check out Dragon Mask. He owns the largest working military unit. He has a huge museum. Interesting. I tell you something that I talked with Jacob the Carpetbagger about, and I've gone and checked it out. I think it's in Georgia. They have a place where you can go and get in a tank, and you actually drive the tank, and you can run over cars. I think I might like to try that. I probably told all you guys about this the last time I did a live stream, but here a few weeks ago for my birthday, my wife and my daughter and my son gave me a scuba dive with a whale shark at the Georgia Aquarium, and I think we're going to probably plan to do that like in September. And I've been to the aquarium in Georgia, and I've seen that whale shark, and that thing is as big as a school bus, and I can't wait. Um, yeah, on the Wednesday video where I went in it was just a field with a hole down in the ground, and that was a corn mint. And then let's see, where else did I go? Oh, I found a grist mill. And if anybody knows anything about my channel, there's lots of grist mills there. I'm just fascinated by old stuff, and especially industry from 100 years ago, 150 years ago, of how it's developed. And I just think it's fascinating to watch how those things used to be done, a long time ago. I'm going to, there's a few more grist mills I'm going to go check out. But that one there was just side of the road. And I was riding down the road and saw that thing, and I had to make a U-turn. Tony, I am meeting a fan who has 10 smile babies. He is my biggest fan. No idea. Recover. I bet you he will be tickled. Joe Jeffers, do you know if the grist mill that burned down down in Key, North Carolina, who got rebeat. I'm not sure about. I did a video here about a month ago on a grist mill in Cherokee, and it's part of the national park there. And of course, there's rangers that are there and running it, and it still works. But I don't think that's the one that burned down, because if they did a good job at rebuilding that thing to make it look old. Um, but I did that grist mill, and also in that video, I went to Spartanburg, South Carolina, to the Beacon. And listen, if you're ever in the Spartanburg, South Carolina area, you need to check that restaurant out. That thing was back in like the 50s, and they've got a hamburger called the gosh, I can't even remember it now. Something plenty, big and plenty, maybe. And that thing is like that, and then they like load it down with onion rings and fries, and it is awesome. Thing that neat is when you go in. Good gracious, why do I do this when I'm on the internet? The guy that takes your order, he sings it out. He didn't write it down. He sings it out to the folks back in the kitchen, and he's got his little lingo that he uses, and he's like, you have to go to video and watch it. You can see him kind of singing it out. But for many years, there was a blind guy that did it, and he stood up there at the little microphone. And when you came out, he would just like, Mr. So and so, we want all big and plenty and all blah, blah, blah. And he just like rolled that thing on, and it was cool. Of course, the Beacon iced tea is sold all over the United States grocery stores. Just see if I'm missing anything. Hello, Patrick Davis, down in Ainer, South Carolina. I tell you something else that's kind of new and exciting for me. I have collaborated with Jacob Carpetbagger a few times, and I collaborated with Yankee in the South with Will and Dawn there in Pigeon Forge once, and I was just amazed that when you're there, just walking down the street, people would say, "Jacob, is that you? Can we get our picture made?" And they go run over there and they get their picture made with them. And I just thought that was crazy. It's like people that may live 500 miles from there. They just happen to recognize him. And I said, man, this is like being with a movie star. And Jacob, he thought that was funny. But it's happened to me twice. It happened at the Land of Oz, and I haven't seen him show up. But yeah, a fellow that follows me came up to me and spoke to me, and we got a picture together. And Thursday night, I was in the Sam's Club over in Florence, which is about an hour from here, and was just walking around looking. HD Shovelhead, you take care and get that grass cut. But yeah, I'm just in Sam's walking around. He walks up to me. She says, "Carolina Tony." I said, "Oh, wow." She said, "Wait a minute. Where's my husband?" And she hollers out to her husband. And he comes over there and she said, "Well, wait a minute. My son." And her son lives like 4 hours away from here. And she called him over. And that was kind of crazy. I said, wow. But I tell you, I have met some good YouTube creators since I've been doing this. Some real neat people, and I've learned a lot from a lot of the other creators. Just looking at some of these things here, I don't want to miss anybody. If I have, I'm sorry. I see MJC 427. Thank you and welcome to the stream. Ox, I've spoke with you, Michelle Davis. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Are you laying out on the beach? Looking forward to the fireworks tonight, I'm sure. And while you're out there in the hot, muggy South Carolina weather watching them fireworks, I'm going to be in the air conditioning watching me TV. Best part of this country is the South. I love the South. Been here a long time. I don't know if I spoke. Well, hey, I did. Sean was one of the first ones to pop on here. Um, as I was saying, Wednesday I did the Beacon Drive-In, and then after that, I popped by a hydroelectric plant. This is a hydroelectric plant is in a little town called Lockhart, and I did a video there over a year ago about the legend of the jumping girl that she lost her true love and she crawled up to the top of a water tower and jumped off and killed herself. This was an old mill town, and it's down in a little valley. But for a lot of years, I rode past and you could see back over the distance this old building. And I figured I would go down there and check it out. And lo and behold, I found a working hydroelectric plant. And, most hydroelectric plants or any kind of electric plant is like guarded by guys with machine guns. But this thing here, I just like walked up right to it, and then I saw the door up on the top where the water runs up under the building was wide open. Of course, there was a gate there, but you could see through it. And I went up there, and daggone, there was turbines in there just turning away. And it was just like, I was just amazed. This thing was like 1920, and inside of it looked spick and span. I mean, you could eat off the floor in there. It was so clean. Way alive. Welcome to the stream. And then, of course, my video that I did Friday. I was blown away by that. I actually had to go back twice because I went in the morning, and I guess that's probably 2.5 hours from here. Maybe, yeah, probably 2.5 hours from here. I went in the morning, and there wasn't anyone there. It says if you come and the gates close, call a phone number. So I called a phone number, I left a message. So I left and went on further up into North Carolina, and there's some good stuff coming. Great day. I tell you, I was amazed at this next place. Not going to even tell you. Just going to have to wait and see. Saw you in the middle. Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. But anyway, I got a call from this guy. And he said, "Yeah, I'll be around." And I really didn't know what to expect. Didn't really have a whole lot. But this guy built this old western town in his backyard, and it's unreal. The story is the man that actually built it, his name was Wild Bill Drake, William Drake. And Mr. Drake was an actor back in the 60s and 70s. And he was in a lot of movies. And there was a book in there where you could flip through it that had a lot of his, golly, what is that word that you use when you show a picture to an agent? I can't think of that word. It was like an 8x10 glossy maybe. And but it had a lot of the movie TV shows that he was in, and it had him in costume. And anyway, I found out that he was in Gunsmoke, he was in Bonanza, and he was in one of my favorite westerns of all time, The Outlaw Josie Wales. Reckon so. But anyway, Headshot. Thank you. But yeah, he was in all those movies, and when he retired from acting, he loved doing what he did. And when he went back to North Carolina, he built a western town in his backyard, and this thing was so cool. I mean, there was like a general store there, and you couldn't go in it. I guess that was like their personal stuff. But I found out that like in 2017, he passed away from lung cancer. But they used to have, and they still do. They have the places available for birthday parties and whatever you want. And and I'm sure for something like that they may charge, but to go in and visit is free. And the website said they're there most every day from 9 to 5. But you just go in this place and it's just unreal. And I mean, it's just like walking back in town. You go in the saloon and they have that piano. In my video, you can see my friend, he's a music teacher, and he was playing the piano, and it sounds just like the pianos do in the in the movies. They had the table set up with cards. I found out after we left that there's actually been some movies that has been shot there. And if you go onto YouTube, hang on a minute, I don't want to miss anybody. Yeah, if you go onto YouTube and Google Fistful of Brains, a zombie movie was made there, and it's actually on YouTube. It's just kind of cool. And I think there's been some other movies been made there. I know the music videos made there as well. I actually got to see the fellow was a friend of Mr. Drake's, and he took us around, and he showed us a clip on his phone of a music video that was filmed there. But yeah, that was cool. There was actually, of course, there's a jail there, and they had all kind of stuff inside. They had a pistol. It wasn't real, but it looked real. And the keys to the whole cell. And inside one of the cells, they had cards laying down where it looks like somebody's been playing cards. And an old church. And I found out that there's been people that's been married in that church, but Mr. Drake's funeral was at that church, and it's tiny. I did another video of a western town here. Good gracious, it's been over a year ago. It's in probably mid North Carolina, possibly could pass as western North Carolina. It was called Love Valley, and you can't drive down the street in that town unless you're on a horse. Of course, in this man's backyard, of course, you can't drive down the street. It's pretty narrow. I guess if you had a small car, you could, but they don't let you do that. The Love Valley, I mean, it's wide enough you could drive a car down, and there's people that actually live there, but you can't drive down the street in a car, only on a horse. They have a restaurant there, and on the weekends, all the people with horses go up there and do their thing and play cowboy. Uh-oh. Is everybody seeing me? I saw somebody say we lost you for a second. I'll have to check that out soon. Yeah, Love Valley. There is so much stuff. I will tell you, I've got a video coming up of a place called Whirligig Park. And those pinwheels that you used to hold in your hand when you were a kid, or some of you, and you blow on them and they spin around and around? Know what I'm talking about? Whirligig, imagine some the size of a car. That's doing all kind of things. And this is in the middle of a town that this man started when he retired, and he built them up until he built them until he passed away, and I think he was 94 when he passed away. But yeah, that's something new coming up. I have got my very first ever um, amusement park video, and that'll be coming up soon as well. And I'm still trying to work out some areas in the editing process to put it all together, because I spent a whole day making that video. And actually, I tried to smuggle a GoPro onto the roller coaster, and I got called down for it. In fact, he stopped roller coaster and fussed at me. So he said, "Don't put this on the video, or you'll get in trouble." So I'm probably not going to do it. Yeah, I saw that he was at the RV museum. But yeah, the all the rides and all that stuff was pretty cool. Harry the Hammer, hey, how are you doing? Down in Georgia. I am trying to keep a conversation going here and reading this stuff all alone, and I think a few folks has dropped off. Anywho, highway. Hope y'all all have got a good day planned. My mom grew up in Poor Valley, Minnesota, Virginia. What is Poor Valley, Minnesota, Virginia? Is that somewhere I might should go? Same place as Giancara. Oh, cool. Menduta. Okay, I got you. That's a good way to say it. Menduta. On the last street trip down Tennessee. It's too daggone hot outside to do anything. I went outside this morning and cut some grass, and then came back in and showered. And I can think of like 10 other things that I need to do, but it's probably not going to happen. I'm going to work on editing some videos, I think, later today. I've got to get psyched up. I have to admit, I like making the videos more than I like editing them. And especially when you go out and here's a secret. I'm going to throw this on you. That sometimes I may make 7 or 8 videos a day. It may look like I'm not spending a lot of time somewhere, but I may make a lot of videos in one day. And when I'm using multiple cameras, everything is shot out of sequence. And then when I get back home and download them all on my computer, it's just, you forget what went where. And especially when you use things like the GoPro. And then when I use my Nikon, or when I use my little this is my favorite camera here. It's a little Sony. And the only bad thing about it is it doesn't have a port for external mic. And so it's, if you get a lot of wind, and that's another thing, is you get home and you download it and find out that one of the videos has got a lot of wind noise in it. So that just blows it. So I had to come up with something for that. I've got a GoPro Hero 7, I think, and that thing takes awesome pictures, awesome video. The only thing about it is the sound on it is kind of not too good. And I have been trying to buy an adapter, and I ordered it 2 months ago, and it's still on back order. So I went online the other night and look, and there's lots of folks that are complaining about it because you can't find that adapter. You can buy the adapter that'll fit a 3, a GoPro 3, GoPro 5, and they'll work. But the 7, no. It takes that special, expensive one, and nobody can get them, and nobody knows when they're going to get them. You can go on I want to call it a black market, and buy one for $200, but that ain't going to happen. Not till somebody sends me one for free. I ain't spending $200 on a little adapter about 2 inches long. Yes, Sean, that is the AX80, I think. It's a pretty cool little camera. It does a lot of stuff. I like it because it's automatic. You can set it up automatic. You don't have to fiddle around. Hang on a second. I'll show you a camera I use a lot. That's one I use a lot. This is the Nikon D5200. It's just really big, and it doesn't do very well. Doesn't do very well when you're in low light, and I do a lot of stuff that's in low light. Let me catch up. Hang on a second. Let me catch up on this here. Here a suggestion. What you should do when you shoot them, label them with numbers, then you won't be able to put them in order. That's a good thought. I'm going to let the yard work, well live, get back to yard work and show up and support. Thank you for coming by. Let's see, Pigeon Forge, I love the whole area. Yeah, I love Pigeon Forge. MJC 427, thank you for your support and subscribing. I promise you, you keep watching, and I won't disappoint you. And if I do, you can call me out. Yep, Dave is a pretty cool guy. I've met Dave a couple, 3 times. We've had lunch together, and his Doxinator Craig, great fellas. Well, if I know is you to cook, so he's lazy. Anyway, I tell you, if you guys, and I've said this before, if you can, anyway, I tell you, if you guys, and I've said this before, if you could just see what doesn't make it to my videos, I have the hardest time doing my openings and doing my closings. And there's a whole lot of stuff that I have to cut out. Sometimes I forget who I am. I'm not big. I just have so much on my mind, I just don't know which way I'm going. Living in Georgia, having great pride. This is increase. You know, having lived in the South my whole life, I find that too, that most folks are fairly nice. You know, occasionally you run into some real what's a good word for it? Nasty people. You know, most people are polite, and like Do any of you guys still hold the doors for people? I hold the doors for anybody that's coming in behind me. Hold the door for them. Yeah, I was shocked to find out that there's a couple creators that I know that are down in Florida that they were actually born there. I didn't think people were actually born in Florida. I thought they just showed up. That was a joke. I worked down in Miami for 6 or 7 weeks after Hurricane Andrew, and I met some awesome people. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people that I met were Cuban, and I can say one thing for the Cuban people: those people can cook. They turned me on to black beans and rice, and a food chain that's all over Florida called Pollo Tropical. Awesome, awesome chicken. Tell you how awesome it is that I left here one day on my motorcycle at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I drove until I got there, which is 12 hours of driving. And I ate chicken, and I turned around and came back home. Yeah, I would like to go to Michigan one day. If I have the opportunity, I'm definitely going to do it. But yeah, Pollo Tropical chicken. Somebody said, I can't imagine driving that far to just eat chicken. I said, yeah, but it was some good chicken. And it's also, anytime I go to Miami, which I normally go to Miami at least once a year, my wife already knows we're going to eat Pollo Tropical chicken. Also, she knows, and most people that know me, that anytime I go to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, which is quite often, I'm going to eat a hook fins catfish. And listen, you guys that are going to Tennessee to Pigeon Forge, you need to check out hook fins catfish. Now listen, don't go in there and order chicken. You don't go to a catfish place and order chicken. You go to a catfish place and order catfish, and it's good. They'll bring you a bowl of pinto beans, some onions, some cucumbers, a bowl of slaw, and then you order what you want, and you can get chicken or you can get catfish. But catfish is awesome. So you don't go to a fish place and order chicken, just like you don't go to a chicken place and order a hamburger. It just don't work that way. Well, Mike and I are planning on doing a collaboration. Are you going down his way? Or is he coming to your way? Wow. Yeah, catfish are big. Some of you might not know what a trout line is, but it's where you take a fishing line and put it across a stream or a river or a lake or whatever, and it's got little strings hanging off of it with hooks. And I set one up in a lake, and the water wasn't but about maybe probably here on me. And I saw where it pulled down, and I went out to check it. And when I got out there, I lifted it up, and there was a catfish on it. The thing was like 3 foot long. And when I pulled it up out of there, he barked at me, scared me. You know what? I mean, I dropped him back in the water. That was a big catfish. You said pinto should be served with black eyed peas. Oh, no, I don't think I said that. No, let me clarify that. Finn's Catfish, they bring you a bowl of pinto beans. Now, the other place that I go to in Florida, Pollo Tropical, I get black beans and rice. And take the black beans and put them in the rice. That's a Cuban thing. Okay, cool. Well, Bama Mike's at the big time now. He's got probably 10,000 or close to 10,000 subscribers or so. He's jet around, I guess. My wife said I wasn't going anywhere till YouTube started sending me a check. So you can tell I'm a little anxious for that to happen. So right now, everywhere that I go and everywhere I've been is coming out of my pocket. Lots of times it's places I would be going to anyway for business or whatever. And I will take a day trip occasionally, and, tank of gas drive. Yeah, I actually met Tampa Jay here last year. Him and I went to the old theater that he's filmed at. I actually filmed there and shared a pizza. Oh, wow. Solid collard greens. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. People can eat collards and they can taste them and never eat them again. And there's a reason why, because I've tasted collards that people's cooked that were just plumb nasty. My wife can cook collards that will make your tongue come out and lick your brains out. Awesome. It's a farm. They had a river that runs through it, and they dug out a deep here, and it floats barges of grain. That's just a red spot of fish. Cool. Okay, Robert, you take care. Be safe. Give me a instant message and let's talk. Collard greens with bacon. They're also good with ham. Here the Hammer says, we have a barbecue place here in Athens called Fresh Barbecue, and it's awesome. I love some good barbecue. And contrary to what people will tell you, they'll say South Carolina barbecue is mustard based. No. Some of South Carolina is mustard based. Around the Midlands and Columbia down in the little swath down to Charleston, most of it is vinegar based. Bacon. Just want to say bacon, fat, and ham. There you go. Ham hog. But I actually did a motorcycle ride. Me and a friend, we rode our motorcycles from here in South Carolina all the way to San Antonio, Texas. And when we left here, we said this is going to be the barbecue ride, that every night for supper we're going to have barbecue. So we ate barbecue in North Carolina and Tennessee and Arkansas and Mississippi and several places in Texas. We were gone 5 days. Well, guys, I am coming up on 54 minutes. I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go do something constructive. And all these people on here talking about food is making me hungry. And I have a feeling it's going to be barbecue tonight. I want to thank you all for stopping by. And listen, you guys are still hanging on. If you will, tell your family and friends about my channel. Try to get them to come over and check me out, subscribe. And most of all, once you subscribe, ring that bell so be notified every time I put a video out, and watch. And also comment. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. I can make adjustments. I'm easy to get along with. I love y'all. And hey, y'all all have a great weekend. Don't want to miss nothing. Barbecue. I would share it on Facebook. Yes, share it on all your social media and Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And for some reason, Twitter don't work good with me, but I'm learning. Y'all have a good weekend. And for now, y'all have a good day.